This is part 2 of the Amber shows because I was cut off. So what we were talking about was the image of Jesus Christ. Also, I wanted to talk about Revelations 13 through 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So this is where the life of Christ was given to this false image, and Christians, they teach that this image speaks the words of Christ, the Bible. History proves that millions have been killed for not worshiping this image. And this began with the Renaissance in Rome, Spain. Such persons as Christopher Columbus, Ponce de Leon, countless of armies were sent out to kill people who did not worship that particular image. And that image, let me tell you where it comes from. The image actually came about when Leonardo da Vinci, he was hired by Pope Alexander VI of Rome to actually paint his son, Caesar Borgia, as the world famous Christian image of Jesus Christ. Also, I wanted to talk about the truth about slavery, and the prophets warned us that if we broke God's commandments, we would be punished as people. Read Deuteronomy 28, 15 and 68. This happened to no other nation. We're still wearing the yokes of iron around our neck by being forced to get a little bit of money to get food, water, clothing, for transportation, and we're still always broke. You can work all day long, and you still don't have enough money to provide either for your family or just for you to have other things outside of your actual necessities. I wanted to also tell you 200 million died during the conquest of the New World. This is the American Holocaust, and 100 million died during the Middle Passage. So many of us were killed, and we're still being killed every single day. The Arabs also sold Negroes in Deuteronomy 28 through 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into the Egypt bondage of slavery. Exodus 22, again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there shall be sold unto your enemies for bondsmen and bondswomen, and no man shall buy you. It's a shame because we are the 12 tribes of Israel today, and we have to learn to teach our family members, the children, older people, younger people, where we came from. A lot of us are not informed. Even if you're old, you're not informed. You can't get the right information. We need the right information so that we can pass it down. We have 7 generations of DNA within our bodies, and within our bodies we carry slave information. DNA is information, and that information in your body, we're carrying disease, diabetes, heart attack, high blood pressure, strokes, cancer. That's why when you go to the doctors, they ask you, is anyone in your immediate family on either side, maternal or paternal, parents or grandparents, do they have any of these diseases? Of course they do. In slavery, we had so much anger towards one another, high blood pressure, we were eating the wrong foods, diabetes, we were stressed. You have the slave master who's having sex with the man's wife right there in front of him on the plantation. She's giving birth to his children, and that man could not say anything. So our men are angry, our women are angry because they couldn't speak up, they couldn't fight the master without being killed. So we carry all of this information inside of our bodies, and we need to get the right information to stop this that we're passing down. We have to pass down good health by beginning to eat correctly. So when you have your children, those children are, while you're pregnant, you're eating the right foods, you're drinking the best water, you're thinking the best thoughts, you're giving that information to your child, and then that child, when it's born, it can pass that right information down as well and start a whole new generation of health and of loving one another and not hating each other, because when you got to know where you come from. Ham, he was the youngest son of Noah. He was born probably 96 years before the flood, and he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but of the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the people from Libya, and the Canaanites, Africans. Ham is the father of all the African nations, not the Negroes. Arabs also sold Negroes, and you know, they live all in Detroit. They live, no, you go to all these different places where all these other nationalities, they treat us bad. They want to bring stores in your community, but when you go in there, they want to follow you around, disrespect you, and that's it. But we got to spend our money with them because it's the only store in the neighborhood. We've got to begin to love ourselves, carry ourselves with pride, carry ourselves with respect, so that we can try and get some type of respect from other people at the same time. Again, I just want to say that it's real important that we begin to love one another. Get out there, talk to our community, talk to the people in our community. Because you have something that makes you no better than the next person at all. You bleed just like the next person. And it doesn't matter who you are. It could be President Obama's children. They could be, they will be experiencing racism as well. I don't think there's any person of color who has never ever experienced some type of racism. Yesterday on MSNBC, that's what they were talking about. The moment that President Obama was put in office the first time, they said there were people behind the scenes that went right into meetings and talked about they were going to make him a one-term president. They were going to make sure everything he wanted to put into place, that they would shoot down in Congress and make sure the Senate did the same. So it's real important that we love one another, love yourself, get information in order to be uplifted, in order to try and get out of the bondage that we are in. You see what's happening with the Indians right now with the pipeline going through. You see what's happening in Flint. You know, everything that we have that we think is we're doing better than the next person. It's not true. Oprah Winfrey went to Paris, France, and wanted to buy a purse, and the people told her that she couldn't afford it. They didn't even know who she was. You know what I'm saying? So it's real important that we get this information out, pass it on, and know that I love you all. Power to the people, my people, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming to the Amber Shows. I'll give you more information later. This was part 2.